In 1975, Dutch hard rockers Golden Earring released their 10th studio album, Switch, on Polydor, and from it, the track Tons of Time.
There's no love on my door. Don't know what boots are for. I never paid no rent. All I got was heaven sent. Don't need no clocks to get up my rocks. Oh, I've got tons of time. Living on coca and lime. You want me to be like you? The truth is you have no clue that this life's master plan should be enjoyed by man. When I'm on TV, you all think I'm a bit funny. Basic up and out of but it's luxury, protected from humanity. Don't cost a dime, there's a jungle cruise. Once you kick off them tennis shoes, making up your mind. The priest says I'm out of line. I'm wasting my tons of time. He say I should pray some more, but I don't know what the hell
Okay, that was Tons of Time by Golden Earring. Always been a standout to me from the album Switch, their 1975 release. Yeah, which came out kind of when they're at the peak of their initial like international, high profile following 1973's Moontan. And well, some of the reasons why this track has always stood out to me is because of its choppy, jerky, twitchy, raggified proto new wave feel in the verses. Yeah, a few years ahead of its time for 1975, and built on on the key structure of D minor, G minor, F, E. Yeah, it keeps on going like lower and lower and lower. Yeah, and it goes to E. It lands on E major too. Um, and let's see, detailed guitar nuances during that whole jerky section, accenting different notes with bends and twists, and yeah, a lot of detail there. A lot of people just playing around really creatively on this. In fact, I came to appreciate that even more after playing this. After like 20 years of knowing the song, then you listen really closely for details and hear all these little things. And then that chorus, very different, of course. That strumming straight ahead chorus, basically just C, then drop to G, and then drop to E, with kind of a sea shanty feel to it. And then we go into this midsection after the first chorus, yeah, which has that twitchy, jerky feel, but this time it's a solo in different keys with sustained, spacey synths, clean cocktail guitar tones, kind of noodling about there, and some staccato droplets of keyboard. And then the chorus again, with some sustained female background vocals that emphasize the word time. I think anyway. And then finally we get a second chorus. No, we get the verse back. We get the second verse. That whole structure returning after the 3.5 minute mark. But the lyrics cut after the first stanza, and so we just get to enjoy that part as an instrumental for a bit until it fades out. Those jerky bars taking us out to and let's see here. Lyrically, I'm gonna learn a bit more about this song now since I've never really delved into the lyrics here. There's no lock on my door. Don't know what bolts are for. Never pay no rent. All I got was heaven sent. Okay, already my initial instinct about where these lyrics are going is that it's kind of about a dumb guy who's too trusting. Maybe that's what that jerky kind of hobbledehoy rhythmic feel was supposed to be characterizing. Don't need no clocks, tick tock to get off my rocks. Oh, I've got tons of time. Living on cocoa and lime. That kind of sounds like a seafaring or kind of like a shoreman type, like a drunken sailor type. Coca and lime. That sounds kind of like like lyrics that like the band Hello Sailor may have used. You want me to be like you. The truth is you have no clue that this life's master plan should be enjoyed by man. When I'm on TV, you all think I'm a bit funny. Basical and out of time, but it's luxury. Yeah, Genius.com transcribes it as basic hall. Basically, no. Protected from humanity. Don't cost a dime, precious time. There's no jungle blues. Once you kick off them tennis shoes, making up your mind in time. Okay, we're in the strum along verse now. One day I will revive, so we can all survive. It's just a matter of time. This is almost kind of goofy nonsense. Yeah, and then here's the line that those women back Barry Hay up on. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, that time. Yeah, that. Oh, it's luxury, protected from humanity, don't cost a dime, precious time. There's no jungle blues once you kick off them tennis shoes. But the priest says I'm out of line, I'm wasting my tons of time. He say I should pray some more, but I don't know what the hell. It seems about a guy who's just twiddling his life away and trying to keep things really simple and doesn't understand the complexities of society all that much, nor does he really care. Huh. Yeah, maybe it's about a guy with a low IQ who's only marginally aware of the way things are done in this world, but and that goofy feel of the music was supposed to reflect that. Yeah, let's hear another song off the album, Kill Me, Cesar.
Remember that song called Kill Me from Victims Last LP. Too much of a risk
Okay, and that was Kill Me, Cesar by Golden Earring from their 1975 release, Switch. Pretty much the centerpiece of the album. And it begins with this really dirgy, pensive, low end, bassy feel. You know, crawling itself out of like E to F sharp to A. Dun 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 dun. And the whole thing colored by that woven sitar. Yeah. And the lyrics began around that same structure without really any full band breakout. It remains very kind of desolate for about the first minute until the band finally commences with this rising guitar line and a definite backbeat. And we get I was so taken in that I didn't. Let's just say that through a series of verses, Hayes' voice rises from the murk as the verses advance and the tension builds. And at 3:18, these violins flutter mid-range, subtly cutting through the whole torrential winds of the track, adding shimmer, and that chorus. I took notes on it the second time it came around. I was so just kind of overwhelmed by these other parts I was describing. Yeah, the chorus. Kind of a bit choppy, frenetic, closed cadence, some chords and vocals, amid the overall kind of continuing grand sweep of the backing track. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that. And I'm very curious to find out what these lyrics are going to be about. Hay gets more guttural as the track nears its final play out. But before it all ends, around 5:10 or so, we get the soaring, phased sight guitar solo. Just soars on, shearing to the fade out of the track. Yeah. Kill me, Cesar. And let's see. Remember that song called Kill Me? You know, this makes me think. This came out the same year that legend has it, Richard Hell made this T-shirt and walked around in it where he said, "Please kill me." Although he admitted years later that he never actually wore it outside. Yeah, it was just a gimmick, and it just, and he told people, "Oh yeah, yes," and it became just an urban legend. Yeah, because in mid-70s New York, someone may have just taken you up on the offer. Yeah. Remember that song called Kill Me from Vic Tim's last LP? Too much of a risk for a golden disc. The price he paid for money. Now this makes me want to look up. Yeah, this makes me. Yeah, I had to look up this Vic Tim character, but anyway. Cesar, assassination Dia and rock and roll star. Cesar. Okay, so it's about a rock star who gets assassinated. Kind of like something out of you know, I don't know any stories offhand of a rock performer getting assassinated on stage during a performance by an audience member. Although the thought of that was entertained in the movie Velvet Goldmine, which was based on Bowie and Iggy Pop. The Bowie-ish character in the movie, I guess, legend has it he gets assassinated, but he doesn't really. It's all a mockery. He uses the stunt to disappear from the public. So in a way, that Bowie, I guess, doesn't go on to any Berlin phase or. Anyway, Sing your song, you can't go wrong. Tempted his business advisor, no need for alarm. You'll come to no harm. He didn't mention the sniper. Soir, assassination D on rock and roll star. Okay, so this is the same thing as that happened in Velvet Goldmine, where it was an idea that the manager cooked up. Yeah, that actually, like a phony suicide seems like something that Tony DeFrias um, could have thought up, because he was into these really outrageous publicity type gimmicks and such. Maybe that idea was a little bit too extreme for him. The news is read, the meaning spread. One yawn, two yawn, and back to bed. Okay, this is the chorus. Yeah, one yawn, two yawn. Yeah, come on, ma'am. Bend down your head. Turn off the light and hold me tight, and just sing on, immortal song. Fini belli vi, bonne nuit. Remember that song called Kill Me, a lecture on political chicanery, a people's rape, recorded on tape. Brought shame to the presidency, tonight, one more point for human right, tonight, one more point for human right. Remember that song Kill Me, once used by a man from Galilee. He had nothing to use. He was king of the Jews, secured his place in history. Soir. Assassination Dion provocateur, one yawn, two yawn, and back to bed. Turn off the light and hold me tight. The news is read, the voice is spread. Come on, my man, bend down your head and just sing on, immortal song. Fini Belvi, Vicky played the part with all his heart. He wasn't prepared for the shock when howling lead bit into his head. A new martyr for the Book of Rock. A new martyr for the Book of Rock. Yeah, this is really, it's a sad statement on society and the gullibility of the public that oftentimes people worship martyrs in rock more than they do the actual geniuses. That martyr, sometimes you can have a martyr that didn't really have a lot of talent to begin with. They were just kind of a quitter who took the easy way out in the end, and they get worshipped, they get lionized in a way for having gone too early before they got to make their masterpiece. And who's to say that they would have even made one? But it's horrible that they get. I would rather see, even if, I would have rather seen them just kind of go on to live maybe more productive lives in another medium. And anyway, at the same time, there are some people that quit early. They don't opt out, but they do quit early, and they fall into obscurity. Two that come to mind are Michael Brown of the Left Bank Stories and the Beckys. Was always quitting bands really early, like after like half an album had been completed or whatever. And Phil Judd, yeah, the original Split Enz lineup. Was often just kind of walking out. And, anyway, and then there are people who off themselves and are just sometimes some of them are good. In some cases, it's really sad. It's a great talent lost. Like like Phyllis Hyman took her own life in the mid-90s. And then there are some who weren't very talented to begin with, and it would have just been better for both the history of music and pop culture and the public at large, and for the individual, if they had overconquered their demons, and maybe as the music dried up, as it probably would have a lot earlier had they not created this whole martyr myth about themselves and just gone on into another field. Yeah, and just gone on to become maybe an ordinary citizen and excelled in something different, and maybe done a lot better in that field than they ultimately did in music. And their music probably wouldn't really be all that remembered today if it wasn't for the fact that they, I'm thinking of one guy in particular. And no, I'm not talking about Ian Curtis. Anyway, yeah, well, a lot could be said about these lyrics. Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be so deep. Yeah, that Golden Earring, Kill Me, Say Soir, and before that, Tons of Time, the two main standouts from their 1975 10th studio album, Switch. Yeah, Golden Earring kind of at the peak of their powers there. Yeah, Moontan, and then the next couple of albums, To the Hilt. And yeah. Anyway, for more rubies and sapphires from the catalog of Golden Earring, see the directory of albums by Dutch artists linked in the description below. Like and subscribe, follow me on social media, share the video, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the two tracks we just heard. The lyrics, yes, a lot to chew in both songs, actually. Could be open to interpretations and such, and commentary. And the musical interplay, the instrumentation, a lot of musical detail in both songs, layers, build-up, epicism, melodrama, and in the vocals, the arrangements and all. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear-traveled trimaximalist, signing off.